Hey, what's up guys, it's Spectrum, back here with a brand new video review, and this time we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Fan Channel exclusive, big time badass Spider-Man! So, let's get right into it. We got the packaging here, Marvel's Spider-Man with Spider-Man spot varnish right there, along with Hasbro, looking very cool. On the top you got a spot varnished spider logo. So that's looking pretty cool too. Legend Series is also spot varnished on there. On the side you got a really nice artwork of big time Spider-Man hanging upside down, top to bottom. Look at that texturing on that artwork though, dude. That is sick. I wish it was like that on the actual figure. Got that same artwork going on over here, which is pretty cool. On the back you got a read up. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it now in 4 different languages. Got a product shot right here, looking pretty cool. Got no Build-A-Figures, as this is a fan channel exclusive, so no other webmates or anything like that. It is a single carded figure. Got the barcode on the bottom if you want to search for this figure in your area. Somewhere in here it says Spectrum Reviews is awesome, and that's about it for the packaging. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how badass he actually is. Here we have him open up and out of his packaging in an extremely dynamic pose, looking very, very cool. Take the pose in, take it in, take it in. Okay, let's get this off the stand, get the stand out of here, get this webbing out of here for right now, and give me just 1 second. Alrighty then, anyway, here he is, and yeah man, this thing is just beautiful in my personal opinion. Let's back up the light a little bit, because it is making him look lighter than he really is. In terms of the green portions and stuff. But yeah, so it's not a new mold or anything. This is actually a retool / reuse of the Pizza Spidey mold along with the black suited Spider-Man head. And I lost that figure, so this is sort of like my stand-in until I do get another of those, or until I find him. In terms of other molds or other copies of this mold that I have, I would have the Ben Reilly Spider-Man right here, aka the Spider Carnage. You can see that these two are pretty much the exact same figure. You can look at the crotch piece and tell that pretty easily, and the legs and stuff. It's the exact same figure overall. Even the peg holes on the back are the exact same. Head sculpts are different, but that's really it. And then I think that this is new as well. But yeah, that's about it for this. And taking a closer look at his paint and stuff, mine could be a little bit better. Let's get the light back in here for that. In my personal opinion here, especially on the chest, I feel like they could have went over that one more time. And then my the line on his bicep is crooked over here versus this bicep. As you can see, this one lines up and this one does not. That's pretty frustrating too, to be honest. But overall it's pretty okay. Not looking too bad. Taking a look at the back here, you got some scratching and stuff going on, which isn't too, it's there, and I don't like it, but at least it's not really on the front, except for that centerpiece on his chest. And overall, the paint's pretty clean. On the eyes, they slightly missed the mark, but it is even on both sides, so like that makes up for it in my personal opinion. Didn't mean to zoom in. As you can see right there, it hangs just beneath the eyelens there. And yeah, the paint's not looking too bad overall. It could be better. Could also be a lot worse. But you guys know what time it is. Size comparison times commence. Here he is next to the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, aka the Spider Carnage. Here he is next to the Absorbing Man Build-A-Figure Venom. Here he is next to the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure Carnage. Here he is next to the Mafex Iron Spider. Here he is next to the Mafex Comic Spidey, and yeah, these two are literally almost the exact same height, so I think that the scaling on the Mafex Spidey with Legends is just perfect. And last but certainly not least, here he is next to the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. Alrighty then, it's time to go over the accessories, but before we do, I just wanted to give a quick little backstory on this suit. This suit is impervious to sound or being seen, so it's like the ultimate stealth suit. Peter Parker developed it himself, and it is Peter Parker who regularly dons this suit. And yeah, that's about it. There are red and blue versions. I believe it's I don't know which one it is, so either or of those are impervious to only sound and to only vision. So yeah, just a quick little backstory that I forgot to mention in the beginning of the review, but it's time to go over the accessories, so let's go ahead and do that here. Yeah. So first thing I want to go over real quick is I don't like how the hinge is painted, but on this hand only, you take a look at this hand over here and it's not painted on the hinge. And then you look at the other whip hand and it's not painted on, actually it is painted on the hinge. That's weird. Okay, well the wall crawl hands aren't painted on the hinge, as you can see. But yeah, you know, there's a closer look at that hand and it's exactly like the you know, the pizza Spidey hands. They're the exact same thing. No paint on this hinge either. The paint is looking pretty cool though. I wish it was a little bit cleaner on the hands as well. Seems like I got the shorter end of the stick here, but oh well. So yeah, we're gonna go over his web line here real quick. This is my first ever copy of this accessory, so I'm gonna go ahead and show off the detailing for you guys, and I like this a lot. I think it's looking pretty cool over here. I do wish it had some gray shading, but it is, you know, nice pliable plastic. As you can see right there, you can you know, bend it any which way you want. And if you'd like it to stay the way that you have it bent, I would recommend running it under hot water and then setting you know, placing it to where it would stay in that position. So yeah, so this little loophole right here, you want to feed his fist through it, and then it sort of just wedges in there, and I think that's pretty nifty, to be honest. You have to get it just right though, otherwise it'll fall off, and you know, you just have it right there, and it's like he's pulling it down and web slinging or stuff like that. I do like that a lot. So yeah, before we show off how to swap the hands, if you have any Mafex webbing, preferably any white comic Mafex webbing, you can do this. Bet you. So yeah, so you just want to grab the hand and then grab the web line and attach it to the peg like so, and then you just want to push that into his body, and bam, he's swipping. I love that, dude. I just love that a lot. Excuse me. Beware though that the hand doesn't sit all the way inside the body, because this is between the hand and the wrist. So you know, if you're gonna play with it, play with caution, as you don't lose the web line when you're playing and stuff. But it should be in there in terms of, or should be a pretty snug fit. So yeah, you know, just swap out the hands. You just pull that out and then port this in there. And then that doesn't line up, but that's okay. You know, he's looking all mad and fisty over here. So yeah, you know, and you have his wall crawl hands too. Don't forget about those. And if you're listening, Hasbro, I feel like every Spider-Man figure should come with these 3 pairs of hands. That's the bare minimum right there. Like every Spider-Man figure should have those 3 pairs of hands. So yeah, that's about it for accessories. So articulation times, head to toe, here we go. He can look up that far, which is beautiful. He can look down that far, which is awesome. Full 360 rotation, got a little bit of head wobblage in there. Sordos can do a full 360 as well. He got a butterfly joint that can go out that far, that can go in that far. Upper bicep rotation, double jointed elbows which bend in that far, very very nice. Wrists swivel and hinge for all 6 hands, just like so. Now I want to mention something about my ab crunch when I first got him out of package real quick. He could only go forward that far, he could only crunch back that far. With a little bit of hot water, I was able to get the full range of movement out of it, but upon doing so, it splits. Right there, you see that? That's not good, because none of my other pizza mold Spider-Mans do this, and he splits when he pushes it backwards as well. But you know, he can go forward that far, he can go back that far, got a waist swivel in there. You can kick forward this far, kick back that far, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, feet move down, up, and he has ankle pivot as well. Final thoughts, comments, and concerns about this figure. Final thoughts, I do highly recommend this figure, especially if you're a big time Spider-Man fan. I feel like he comes with the right number of accessories. You know, the mold's really good. It's held up over time. This is still one of my favorite molds to date. And if you can find yours with cleaner paint than mine, then there you go. Final verdict's going to be a full 9 out of 10, straight up. I would give it a full 10 if it wasn't for the, you know, splotchy paint on my copy of the figure. But I know that that varies from person to person, so I'm not really going to take any points away from that. Or away from, any more points away from that. This has just been my experience with the figure overall, and the web line is slowly falling into frame. And yeah, that's about it for this review. I do recommend this Spider-Man, you know, especially if you haven't picked one up in a while. If you already have a million versions of the pizza mold Spidey, then it's fully up to you on whether or not you want to skip this figure. I've only had 2 thus far. This would be my 3rd version of it. So it's really not that big of a, a deal to me. Overall, I love this figure. I do recommend it. But yeah, that's about it for this review, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my blabbering on throughout this review. I know I probably did that quite a bit. Follow me on Instagram at spectrum.reviews. Facebook link will be in the description below. And I will catch you guys in the next review. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.